I'd say the biggest thing that I continually forget to pack and that you really need to pack is warm clothing. Even though the UK is quite temperate, it does get chilly, and it's the kind of chilly where it's just always sort of one temperature and doesn't really change. So you do need to bring, like, a winter coat and scarves and hats and gloves and boots and everything. Also, for Americans, I think we keep our houses quite warm. Places here generally tend to be a bit cooler, so it's just good to make sure you have warm clothing to bundle up if that does get to be an issue for you. I wouldn't recommend bringing sort of any type of rain gear. I think that's a bit too cumbersome to pack, and frankly, even though it rains a lot in England, it's generally a drizzle, and you really kind of don't need any kind of rain boots. You don't really need a raincoat. An umbrella is good, but a coat with a hood generally will suffice. I think especially when you're first coming over, bringing any foods that are easily transportable and that are able to enter the UK is a good idea, just to sort of help you ease yourself into this new country, especially as you sort of maybe try and find those things. Americans, it might very well be a jar of peanut butter, you never know. Another idea is to bring converter plugs for any electronics that you need from your own country. Just because, that way you're getting the right one, and when you get here it can be sort of hard to find. You need to charge things straight away. I also think it's a good idea to bring a few reminders of home. I mean, you don't want to load your suitcase down in, photos and just mementos of back home, but it is nice to have a few things to put around, just to remind yourself of where you come from. Everyone else is doing that as well and trying to get some semblance of home in their new setting. So I think it's a good idea. Just remind yourself of home. But I think for packing, it's really just sort of trust your instincts. You sort of know what you use at home is probably what you're going to need in the UK.